Unlock the secrets to smarter spending, uncover the psychological triggers behind impulsive buying, and take control of your financial future. All of this is possible when you grasp the insights shared by Morgan Housel in The Psychology of Money. In this explainer video, we'll dive deep into the reasons why we overspend and how understanding these psychological factors can transform the way you manage your money. Meet Leah and Rob, a young couple who, like many of us, struggled with their finances. 5 years ago, they were drowning in credit card debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and wondering why they couldn't seem to get ahead despite their decent incomes. That's when they stumbled upon Housel's book, and their financial journey took an unexpected turn. Leah, a marketing executive with a penchant for designer clothes, and Rob, a software engineer with a weakness for the latest gadgets, were the perfect examples of how knowledge doesn't always translate to smart financial behavior. They knew the basics: budgeting, saving, investing, but something was holding them back. As they delved into the psychology of money, they discovered a shocking truth. Their spending habits were driven more by emotion than logic. The book's first groundbreaking concept hit them like a ton of bricks. Behavior trumps knowledge when it comes to money management. Leah realized her compulsive shopping wasn't just about owning nice things. It was a misguided attempt to keep up with her high-flying colleagues. Rob's tech splurges? A way to feel like he was always on the cutting edge in his fast-paced industry. They were falling victim to one of the most insidious psychological traps Housel warns about: social comparison. Remember Harshad Mehta, the Indian stockbroker whose desire to outdo others led to his spectacular downfall? Leah and Rob saw themselves in this cautionary tale. They were on a similar path, albeit on a smaller scale. Their overspending wasn't just harming their bank account, it was a symptom of a deeper issue: the need for external validation. But here's where it gets interesting. As Leah and Rob dug deeper into Housel's insights, they encountered a concept that would change their financial trajectory forever: the power of compounding. They learned about Warren Buffett, who accumulated most of his wealth after the age of 60. This wasn't just about interest rates and investment returns. It was about the compounding effect of good financial habits over time. Imagine for a moment you're at a casino. You're playing roulette, and you've been on a winning streak. The adrenaline is pumping, and you feel invincible. That's when the casino offers you a deal. Bet everything you've won on one final spin with the chance to double your money. Would you take it? This scenario illustrates another crucial concept from Housel's book: the importance of survival in financial success. Leah and Rob realized they'd been playing financial roulette, risking their future stability for short-term thrills. They learned that staying in the game, surviving financial setbacks and market downturns, was more important than making high returns in the short term. But let's face it, changing ingrained behaviors isn't easy. Leah and Rob faced a formidable enemy in their quest for financial health: the seduction of pessimism. They noticed how the media bombarded them with negative financial news, making them feel like economic disaster was always just around the corner. This pessimism was paralyzing, making them hesitant to invest or plan for their future. Housel's book taught them to recognize this bias and to understand that progress happens slowly and steadily, often out of the spotlight. They learned to tune out the noise and focus on their long-term financial goals. As Leah and Rob continued their financial education, they encountered a concept that shook their worldview: the illusion of control. They had always believed that if they were smart enough, worked hard enough, they could predict and control their financial future. Housel's book shattered this illusion. They learned about the role of luck and risk in financial outcomes. Bill Gates' success wasn't just about his brilliance. It was also about being in the right place at the right time. This realization was both humbling and liberating. It taught them to prepare for uncertainty rather than trying to predict the unpredictable. But perhaps the most transformative concept they encountered was the paradox of wealth. They read about billionaires who lived frugally, understanding the true value of money. This flew in the face of everything they thought they knew about wealth and success. Leah and Rob had always equated spending with happiness, but now they began to see how their pursuit of material goods was leaving them feeling empty and anxious. They started to redefine their relationship with money, focusing on what truly brought them joy and security. As they implemented these lessons, Leah and Rob faced their greatest challenge yet: controlling greed. They had tasted financial success, and it was intoxicating. The temptation to always want more, to push for higher returns, was strong. But they remembered Housel's warnings about the dangers of unchecked greed. They learned to be content with enough, understanding that the pursuit of more often leads to taking on unnecessary risks. They set clear financial goals and learned to be satisfied when they reach them, rather than constantly moving the goalposts. But their journey wasn't all smooth sailing. They had to confront the impact of fear and uncertainty on their financial decisions. During a market downturn, they felt the overwhelming urge to sell their investments and retreat to the safety of cash. This was when they truly understood the power of emotional resilience in financial success. They also had to overcome the anchoring bias, the tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information encountered when making decisions. Rob struggled with this when deciding whether to sell a poorly performing stock. He kept focusing on the purchase price, unable to objectively evaluate its current value and future prospects. Leah, on the other hand, had to confront how much she was overestimating her financial knowledge. She had always prided herself on being financially savvy, but Housel's book made her realize how much she didn't know. This humility opened her up to learning and seeking advice when needed. As they progressed on their financial journey, Leah and Rob discovered the importance of flexibility in financial planning. Life threw them curveballs, a surprise medical bill, an unexpected job loss, but their newfound financial wisdom helped them navigate these challenges without derailing their long-term goals. They also learned the hard way about the dangers of over-leverage. Tempted by low interest rates, they had considered taking out a large loan to invest in the stock market. Housel's warnings about how too much debt can wipe out even the most successful individuals made them reconsider this risky move. Perhaps one of the most profound changes was in how they viewed time horizons. They stopped chasing quick wins and started thinking in decades rather than days. This shift in perspective transformed their investment strategy and their overall approach to financial planning. 5 years on, Leah and Rob's financial life is unrecognizable from where they started. They're debt-free, have a robust emergency fund, and are steadily building their investment portfolio. But more importantly, they've achieved something priceless: peace of mind. They've learned to balance optimism with realism, preparing for the worst while hoping for the best. They understand that financial success isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about creating a life of freedom, security, and purpose. Their story isn't just about avoiding overspending. It's about understanding the complex psychology behind our financial decisions. It's about recognizing that our relationship with money is deeply emotional and often irrational. But armed with this knowledge, we can make better choices and build a more secure financial future. As we conclude this journey through the psychological landscape of money, ask yourself, which aspects of your financial behavior do you need to confront? Are you falling prey to the same traps that once ensnared Leah and Rob? Remember, understanding the psychology of money is just the beginning. The real change happens when you apply these insights to your daily financial decisions. It's not always easy, but as Leah and Rob discovered, the rewards are immeasurable. Will you delve into The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, which explores the timeless wisdom of value investing? Or will you navigate the treacherous waters of digital finance with Debunking the Scams, The Intelligent Cryptocurrency Investor, which applies Graham's principles to the volatile world of crypto? Both videos offer crucial insights for the modern investor. The Intelligent Investor Summary will give you a solid foundation in traditional investing principles, essential for building long-term wealth. On the other hand, the Intelligent Cryptocurrency Investor will arm you with the knowledge to separate genuine opportunities from dangerous scams in the exciting but risky world of digital currencies. The choice is yours. Which path will you take to continue your financial education? Choose your next video now and take another step towards financial mastery.